Hello and welcome to a brand new episode of Last Call for Adventure. We're so excited to be here. Definitely we're talking about morbid things in the in the pregame waiting room. Always exciting, always fun. If I'm looking off camera a lot today, it's because my main monitor, it's not the HDMI switcher battery is gone out of my remote, so I apologize. I'll be looking off in this direction today a lot, players. Welcome to our intrepid crew for so excited to be here with this band of absolute mad lads. Let's go around and meet them. We're going to start with you, Kraken. Who are you and who do you play?
Hi, I'm Kraken. I live stream on Twitch TV, Kraken, and I play Truffle Fungalhorn, who's more or less a mushroom man. We don't really know much about him or why he got mixed up in this mess with these other miscreants, but he's along for the ride so far and loves mushrooms. That's him. Thanks.
Amazing. Momo?
Hi. I'm Momo. I I'm a streamer. On Twitch. that's that's pretty much
Not
it.
fair.
Uh, uh, and I play Weiss Edart. She is a changeling. She Baxi base. She holds a current visage of a tabaxi. And she's just a kind-hearted, sweet Southern belle who has been swept up with the this rabble. How how terrible. Uh I hope she can make it through.
Amazing. Timac?
Hi, I'm Timac. I stream GTA RP on Twitch most of the time. Play Ragnar Steelbrow, who's a dwarf barbarian, son of a corporate owner, naive backstabber.
Mm. Speaking of backstabbery, stripping.
Hey, I'm a piece of shit called Strippin, and I play a piece of shit called Church.
Don't say that.
What do you mean? I'm owning it.
Church is a good guy. Stop.
Yeah, he's a
Yeah,
really good
when I
guy.
said speaking of backstabbing, I meant church, not you.
I play a human knight rogue multiclasser who is an assassin for hire,
Mhm.
and
Mhm.
Ragnar's father was the hire. Will he be
Mhm.
today? We'll see.
Fantastic. With that, we get into it. When we last left off, our crew had successfully navigated their ways out of pretty hefty prison sentences. Um, Looking at my notes, Weiss going to court was found guilty of 3 counts of identity theft, Church, 2 counts money laundering, 2 counts industrial espionage, and Ragnar with 3 counts of evidence tampering, 2 counts of witness intimidation. Pretty, pretty dark stuff. It was looking pretty hopeless for our crew. But using some familial connections, Ragnar was able to get Uncle Barney to help him out in return for undertaking an undercover quest. Now, if the cover is blown, all bets are off. But if our group manages to come out somewhat successful, in return, they'll be granted some pretty good privileges, including the ability to carry out their sort of own guild operation on an island of their own. Throughout all of this, Ragnar also discovered that it was his own aunt who was testifying against him, maybe as some sort of backstabbing power grab. Since it is a family run business, sometimes that means that the family doesn't always get along, and other family members kind of want to become the COO when the opportunity presents itself. When faced with the option of going north to go undercover in Meridian Quarter or Company HQ, instead, our party decided to actually go south first and try to catch Auntie Steelbrow red-handed in a drug smuggling operation. That's I think that was everything that happened last
Pretty
episode. I'm
good.
really bad at
I think that's pretty.
recaps.
Yeah.
I think that's pretty good,
Mhm,
actually.
mhm.
Sorry,
It
I'm very
is
vindictive. I had to go south.
listen, I love it. I love going undercover in a drug ring. It's
Whoa.
amazing.
Oh, I forgot that's what
Mhm.
that entails. Oh, boy.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, you
Going
misunderstood.
undercover
Going
in a
south is just traveling, man. No,
Yeah, he's just
it's
kinda
a
like,
metaphor.
"Oh, where are we going now?" But
There's layers to going south.
The
We're gonna
tour
yeah,
sell
goes
there's
this way.
shrooms,
layers.
sell mushrooms on the road.
Yeah. You probably noticed at first, Truffle. You're not in Kansas anymore. You're definitely not in truffle country anymore. As your carriage now, instead of a prison cart, it's a very welcome upgrade,
Mhm,
goes trundling down the cobblestone path to a trade hub in the southernmost part of the continent. It gets unbearably hot. As you peek outside the windows, you actually start to see tumbleweeds, cactuses, in all different kinds of vibrant colors, adorned with tropical looking flowers of all different hues that remind you of a sunset. And you make your way to a town called Rubina, which Ragnar, you've been told, is a major trading hub and transit center. Um, Everyone give me 2 checks, survival checks and history checks to determine what you know about the city and what shape you arrive in.
Old.
oh, I already know the shape. It's in a ball. Uh, Truffle doesn't like, the lack of moisture and a dry place. He was probably moaning, like, slowly
Oh
louder over the course of the
no.
trip where he's just like,
Ooh.
Oh god.
Okay, let me make sure I rolled this right.
The death moans.
Yeah, he's not happy. Uh,
Whoops, sorry. Smacking my mugs against each other. All right. So we've got an 11, a 16, a 17, and 15. Not bad. So the 16 will be your group total. As you step out of the carriage on the streets of Rubina, you're in, better shape than expected. Truffle is probably most likely still in a ball. You all look a little disheveled from the travel, but you don't look uh, just outrightly wretched. Um, okay, let's see. So, church, you would be the only person that knows this. Rubina is a trade hub for a few different reasons. As you look out across the city streets, you notice it's a beautiful town with mostly marble buildings that kind of stands like a jewel in a rocky backdrop with sun baked mountains kind of outlining the back of it. This town originally came to prominence because there are a number of ranchers nearby that ranch, of all things, insects. There are beetle ranchers here who use beetle shells to make everything from makeup to pigment for fabric. Um, this place is also home to something called the sunset moth, which once they shed their sort of cocoons during their transformation phase, makes for pretty great wizard robes. And you also know that there's also flail snail farmers nearby that are pretty great in using that secretion to make anti-magic shields and things of that nature. Um, this place is also home to some of the most famous silk weavers and textile artisans of the continent. And in the center of the sound of the in the center of the city, you actually see a large, almost like coiling serpent shaped forge where colored glass is made and exported, and thus this has become a huge trade center. The small town is encircled by a man-made moat, which just makes the ferrying of various sundries even easier than usual. And you also know that this place is home to the Trading Alliance. You have to be an alliance member to trade here, but and a lot of this is known to most of you. Church probably just knows a little bit more. Now, with that 14, the extra piece you know is that there's a gambling hall of ill repute also in the city called Gorgeous Max, run by a particularly surly orc where one has to be a member to go in. Gorgeous Mac is pretty much aware or abreast of everything that's going on in his city, as he calls it. And you know that some of the more nefarious traders tend to ply their trade in Gorgeous Mac's gambling halls.
Okay.
The a hot sort of like wind tumbles through the streets and makes it feel like it's baking the skin on your face or the hair on your face in your case, Momo.
It's fur.
And yeah, as you that's true, huh? And as you all collect your belongings, you see a few different trademark buildings, including the Trading Alliance headquarters, which have a large sandstone arch in front of them, adorned with two camels on each side and a reflecting pool just beyond it. People look at you a little bit strange just because you're dressed very different for the area, especially since most of the alliance members wear the union sort of trademark colors of turquoise and red. So you get some side eyes kind of looking like you're from the northern part of the continent as you walk around. And, the people kind of dressed in almost see-through threadbare silks kind of look at you as though you're not, dressed for the region, but their eyes don't linger long, as these are people who've built their trade off of being charismatic. There is a used car dealer air to the place as, someone actually offers to sell you an umbrella, Weiss. A turtle of rather small stature and a very shiny, almost pearlescent shell walks up to you and says, "Oh, miss, you seem like you're so hot. Would you like this one complements your skin perfectly. This one complements your eyes perfectly. Wouldn't you like a lovely umbrella to get out of the sun?"
Oh no. Yeah, at first, Weiss probably doesn't even notice him. And she looks around searching for the voice of this person who's approached her until finally her eyes look down at this turtle in front of her. Oh,
Yeah,
aren't
it almost
you
looks
just the
looking up at you.
sweetest?
Yeah, looking up at you, just kinda, like, see 2 incredibly large eyes that are magnified through, like, Coke bottle spectacles.
Yes. I love that.
This one's
Now,
rather
if a
on the budget
lady were to
side.
purchase from you, how much would that cost? She starts, like, twirling the, like, furred part of her shoulder.
Um, Give me a persuasion check. 13, fairly good. Um, yeah, you see the small, being kind of consider for a moment. "Mm, I suppose having such a fine lady carrying my wares about is rather good advertisement. Okay, well, if I think of my hard cost versus my soft cost, and then think of my return on my investment, um, I think I could let this one go for 2 gold."
She's, she stands there kinda twirling this fur, right, with this, like, short manicured clawed finger as she listens to him and nods along with his prattling. And she she pauses for a moment and then will
Mhm.
reply, "Oh, I am so very warm out here. I probably purchased such a fine umbrella from you for 1 gold and 50 silver." And let's wait. What is the conversion? 5 silver,
Uh,
right? Because it's 10 silver
yeah,
to a gold. I'm
yeah.
sorry. I hate that it's 10 silver to a gold and not
No, you're
100
good.
silver. My WoW brain doesn't work this way.
No, I get it.
We're
I get it.
1
I
gold
get
and
I get the
5
conversion.
silver.
I would have taken 1 gold and 50 silver too, to be honest. I also get confused. Um, yeah, 1 gold and 5 silver. You see him take out, like, a small seashell abacus.
Beautiful.
Is everyone else just watching this happen? This like it's really slow exchange with like cart stop.
Yes, yes. While the
Okay.
midday sun is beating down on you. It's
Right, Truffle, listen.
I'll I'll give you
Don't do
2 for 3.
don't do that shit. All right. Don't look at traders. Don't speak to traders. They're all trying to fucking shake you down. And if you give them the time of day, look, there's another one coming over now. They're going to line up for her.
No. Truffle just looking to go, I need water.
And Weiss is just eating it up. She's like, she loves
Yeah.
the distraction that it gives her. Well, I don't really need two. Are you insinuating that I need two to cover myself? And she just crosses her arms looking at him.
This little turtle is like, well, for your fungal friend, he seems to be wasting away.
You're working with me, darling, not him.
um 1 gold, 6 silver.
Fucking
Oh, now
hell.
I knew there was a businessman in you. Yeah, I'll take it. And she'd pull out the 1 gold and the silver for him.
As you pull out the money in exchange, gives you a beautiful, almost made of thin waxed paper umbrella that resembles the wings of a monarch butterfly in the design as you like kind of twirl it in your hands. As soon as that flash of coin happens, church, exactly like you predicted, almost a line begins to form of other merchants that are like, a fine glass of lemonade for the lady.
No,
See,
thank
now
you.
these
I'm
little wormy
fine.
fuckers know that she's got coin. So now they're all going to queue up for a little bit of pie.
Well, of course I do, Church. What did you expect to find a lady like myself? I'm not interested, thank you. And she unfurl the like
Rug,
unfurl the what is it?
rug,
The
finest,
umbrella.
finest Rubina rugs, finest Rubina rugs. You won't find rugs like this anywhere. Shawls, shawls, better than anything you'll find in Lufton. Summer shawls protect your beautiful fur from the heat. Spectacles, spectacles.
Right, Truffle, let's get you some water. You fuck off. You fuck off. You fuck off.
Spin the her new little umbrella. She walks up next to Church.
Yeah, you've created, like, quite a spectacle, and so there's, like make an intimidation check, Church.
Uh, mm, 7.
Yeah. You are intimidating, but these people are very persistent.
They're
They
used to it. They
are
don't care.
salesmen. Yeah, yeah. They follow you as you, with your quick scanning eye, recognize the local watering hole. You can find all sorts of beverages here, especially different kinds of juices, cactus juice being the most popular. But you also know you could find a normal glass of water here should you so wish.
Right, get inside. It's the only reason they'll stop following us.
As you usher the group inside, you're met with the soothing sound of water. As you notice, there is a thin channel kind of going alongside the outside, or the perimeter, I should say, of this main sort of smoking lounge, kind of channeling cooling water through it. It almost feels like you've entered air conditioning. The windows are not what you would expect. They're almost like, how do you describe it? Like, uh, engraved work, if that makes sense, that allows the
Mm.
passage of air, but is more than just like a hole in the wall. And, the floor is very richly appointed with very soft, multi-layered rugs ahead of you. The trickling water is kind of the only ambient sound in here as people talk in hushed whispers, and a thin aura almost of smoke or fog kind of fills the room as you notice a lot of people are smoking, vapors out of cold bubbling, hookahs, to kind of
I was
like
just about to ask
cool
if there
them
was hookah.
down. Yeah, yeah, tons of hookah. The popular drinks are, like I said, usually nectars of various kind, mango, cactus, but they also have, like fresh spring water and mineral water, which oftentimes comes at a premium out here. As you
Uh,
enter, like you're not necessarily greeted by anyone, and you kind of have like a moment to yourselves as the merchants kind of leave you in silence at the door.
Truffle would dunk his head in the water immediately.
As
He
you
sees
dunk your
water, he's like, "Ugh,"
There we go.
walks past everyone.
As you dunk your head in the water, make a constitution save.
"Fuck! It's acid!" Bye,
Oh
everyone.
no! Acid.
Okay, Constitution.
An
Ooh.
8.
All those
As
stats, huh? For what?
For what?
as you dunk your head in the water, you realize almost too late that the stones in that sort of like, border this channel have been enchanted with some sort of frost magic to keep the
No.
water super cooled as it circulates throughout the room. At first, it feels refreshing, and then it feels less so. Then it feels like, biting into something very cold. It's the brain freeze of a lifetime.
Stuck your head
You
in a
take
coolant system.
Oh no!
Sure.
Would
Pretty
it, like
much.
would it, like, freeze to his, like, beard at all? Like the snow miser? Like, imagine
Oh,
this, like, frosted
100%. 100%.
so
Yeah.
he's gonna pull his head back out, turn over to you guys, and be like, "Ah!" He's just gonna be, like, frozen, like, white snow beard.
You take 4 points of frost damage. And you probably look a little bit like Jack Nicholson in The Shining.
Yeah, yeah, I'm imagining it.
Yeah, I think Weiss would kind of put her like stop twirling the God, what is the word? I keep forgetting it.
Parasol.
Umbrella. Yes, parasol on her shoulder, and she'd kind of pause for a moment, almost like she was just taking it in comically, but like shakes her head out of it and goes, "Oh, bless your heart." And she'll walk over and press tea so that it just melts off of his beard. She's like, "You gotta be more careful."
He's just, like, shivering and, like, Kubrick staring forward, like, he does not like this place.
So Ragnar is probably just gonna be, being part of the city watch. He knows he's already getting himself in trouble, so he's just gonna keep an eye out for anybody that might have a problem with him already.
Just
Yeah,
How's
just
it
give
going
me
to
a
like
blend in? I'm
Bless.
so flabbergasted immediately of the way we arrived. There's no way.
Yeah, Ragnar, give me a perception check.
Oh God, not my best. Yep.
Yeah.
Never said he
You
was good.
cast a steely eye around the room, and you're not able to discern who might be working for your aunt Lavinia. You know that she has quite a few traders in her fleet down here, but you're not quite sure what would set them apart since most of the alliance traders tend to wear the same sort of colors and insignia. So the end result is you glowering around the room while Church probably tries to ponder how he's going to get you all to blend in.
Church is he doesn't care. He's looking for he's found a seating area. He's gesturing for hookah, and he's gonna order some cactus juice for the group. Yeah, and then he finally eventually sees them all looking like ridiculous foreigners, and just sighs. Come sit down, please. Will you stick any fucking more?
Come on,
Truffle
you
will
lovely
hobble
little
over.
thing. She pushes Truffle towards the table.
Yeah, he's still stun locked a bit.
No.
It's funny. We all have those friends that you're like, "Oh, okay." As as the rest of the party, like, sort of takes their seats at a circular table in a corner, with a little bit of, like, a privacy screen blocking only a part of it, uh, a waitress comes by, like, with one of the bubbling glasses with, multiple hoses for you to smoke from. A vague melony scent kind of comes off of the billowing smoke from the top of this ornate glass piece, which is, shaped like a djinn, sort of in mid-dance pose. And, she then lays out a tray of small earthen kind of pots shaped in a sort of flared at the top, cool to the touch of chilled cactus water.
Truffle,
He's
this is the shit you drink. All right, not that.
Truffle's gonna
This.
like poke a finger in it and like see if
Don't
it
fucking put
freezes.
your finger in it. Just drink it.
Does his finger freeze?
No, it doesn't.
He's gonna be like a cat, like pick it up and just go like just like a little bit just in the water. And once it's like considered acceptable enough, then he's just gonna pour it over himself.
Oh my
Fuck's sake! In your mouth, you not.
He looks content for the first time since he got here. He's just like,
Church will just grab the hookah and take like a long drawn puff. Ragnar, do you know what your auntie's people look like? You got anything?
I'd imagine they look somewhat like me.
Oh, very fucking funny, mate. You're a fucking comedian, you are.
I don't know. I don't know what she would look like or what kind of entourage she'd be like part of.
Mhm.
I'd imagine it probably
Weiss,
looks something like the people he's been dealing with at the lumber camp ish.
Yeah, you could definitely try to cast an eye around for anybody that you recognize. There are a few different places you could look. There's a
Okay.
marketplace, a sort of floating market. You tried to look around this space and didn't really immediately, no one stood out to you. You could also go and inquire at the Traders Alliance or, give this task to church since they were pretty good about asking around about, sort of,
Uh,
work that isn't above board.
um, probably. Who's got the best perception? Because I am. That's probably one of my worst. That's
maybe me. I don't know.
for wisdom. Yeah.
Maybe churchy. Well, I mean,
All right.
if we're
Yeah.
talking just raw stats, it's truffle.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You
true.
get Truffle can do
Yeah.
anything.
I don't think Ragnar would have any confidence in him right
You
now.
gotta put. You got,
In
with
Truffle? Why? Is the carrot juice in his head?
Oh.
No, he
I
would
All right.
definitely
will
not have any confidence.
I will give you this, Church, since you kind of I think we established in the last episode that you feigned that you didn't know that this was going on, but you did know the entire time.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know that the street name for this, um, for these like basically arcane flux crystals and to be in a usable form, you know that the street name is glass. You
Okay.
also know that not all of Lavinia's traders carry glass. There are some that peddle it and there are some that are respectable, and and that's like part of her whole operation to hide it.
All right. So the shit that they're
Nice.
peddling is called glass. That's the street name. So we need to find someone selling glass. All right.
That sounds
Now, wait.
Yes.
straightforward enough.
We're good. Okay.
Which one of us
So
do you think would be more interested looking if you had to make a guess, Church?
for glass.
Yes. Huh.
Oh, I mean, they sell it to any
Surely
old
not
bloke.
me. She like leans back with her cactus juice. We have to play the part.
Uh, I mean, Truffle does look like he's on drugs.
Listen,
This causes her to like.
You'll
Mm.
he'll like nod in agreement, just like not being possessed at all. He's like, yeah.
no, she'll take a long drag of hookah. Listen, I've got a place. I can go and see a man about a dog, but I cannot bring you chuckle fucks. Not a chance. So we can split up, try and find some glass, visit the traders hub. Wise, I trust that you can do your thing. Maybe we split up, meet back here in an hour, see what we've got.
You're really just gonna split up to the guy who just poured carrot juice over his head, but yeah, okay.
He's desperate to get rid of Truffle. I cannot stress this enough.
He's just leaving him to the wind. Truffle will ask really quietly, "What animals are from here?
What?
What animals are from here?" He's just gonna look you right in the eyes. What animals are from here?
I don't know, mate.
I have no
Fucking-
idea.
Why don't you ask someone from here?
Just turn to Ragnar. What animals are from here?
I don't know. Why don't you ask somebody around the
All
room?
right, he'll walk to the closest person he can see.
Yeah, it would be the probably most likely the waitress who's brought you a refill for your cactus juice, seeing as how you've spilled it on yourself. Um, she's a tiefling that looks at you rather judgmentally, if I'm being honest, with
Okay.
like pale blue skin
Thank you.
and
then right on
horns that are
himself
like
again.
horns that are actually binded back to like grow in a particular shape, something that's like
Right.
unique to this area.
Oh, that's
As you
super
pour it
cool.
over, yeah, as you pour it over your head, she's just kind of like looking at you awkwardly and goes, "Uh, are you ill?"
No. Well, a little bit. Anyway, what animals are from here?
Uh, oh, you are interested in our culture?
Yes.
Hmm. I take it you're not from here.
No.
Hmm. Well, Rubina, she is famous for, you know, large flying reptiles,
Oh,
uh,
anything smaller?
venomous scaled creatures
Hmm.
abound. As for things that are large and furry, they typically can't take the heat.
Okay. Yeah, I
Most of
understand.
our ranchers rear uh, insects.
Insects like
Mm.
like flies.
Flies do not provide anything of use, little mushroom.
Okay. I just asked if there were flies. Wasn't debating their existence, but thank you.
I I suppose there are flies, but not. We don't keep them intentionally. Definitely not in this establishment.
Oh, yeah, I just meant like in general the area. I didn't mean like as pets. Although a fly, that's actually a cool idea. Fly circus. Mm. Thank you. And he turns back around and goes back to the group.
As you turn back around, the rest of you hear her mutter, "Oh, he is from the circus. That explains that." As she like carries your empty glasses away, kind of like thankfully.
Church will like give her a silver and be like, for your discretion.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably
Probably
one of the
smart.
more strange encounters she's had this week.
Right then. So, we're looking
Okay.
for glass. Can I trust you all with this endeavor? Or should I just keep you in this room while I go?
Uh, I don't know. I think we should stay comfortable in the town and meet the local folk, and you do what you have to do.
All right. You go to the Traders Hub, try and find glass. Don't go to no pompous pricks, though, because they won't sell it. Go for the ones you think are shady.
And if
Shady streets.
I happen to poke around a corner, I have some individual interests while we're in the city, so don't look for me.
So you're leaving me with him.
No,
Far from it.
I
Far from
said
it for me to hope
if.
that you might fucking help us with whatever we're
I
doing.
look
Eh,
like a
Weiss? Eh? You do
babysitter.
your own thing, Weiss, like you always fucking do. All right? And we'll meet you back
Weiss
here in
like
an hour.
narrows her eyes at church. It would be in the interest of the party.
Oh, in the interest of the party, would it?
Yes.
I think Truffle, as this conversation was happening, was like standing with the group, and then he went to stand with like Weiss and Ragnar once it was clear that Church wasn't coming, and then he just went to stand next to Ragnar when it was clear that he wasn't going with Weiss. He's just like a little kid
I
standing next to
said
whichever parent
Oh
he's
if.
my
supposed to go
god.
with.
Right, Ragnar just walks out.
Truffle would follow you. To his
Oh,
understanding, this is.
fuck.
What do you mean? Oh shit!
What?
I gotta go with someone, guys. All right,
Yep, yep.
you can't
No,
leave this
Weiss just
child
like
unattended.
she throws up her hands like, what? I said if. God, like traveling with amateurs. And she'd walk
Now that
past church.
He's just
now
gonna
that
assume
Ragnar
to
and
meet here
Truffle
in
have
an
left,
hour.
Charles should be like, Weiss, I'm going to Gorgeous Max. I will see you in an hour.
Yeah, she like leans, she stands up to leave and she leans into church. You're an asshole. You know that? And she like
And
rushes out the door. All fluffed up.
Church will like run his hand over his bald head. He does it to calm himself down from time to time and take a long drag of hookah, finish his cactus juice, throw some coins on the table, and we'll leave. How much silver would that have been for our drinks and hoops?
Yeah. Yeah, you only owe half a gold.
Okay, cool. Perfect. Yeah. He will head for Gorgeous Max.
Gorgeous Max is a somewhat legendary establishment around these parts, sort of positioned on at the edge of a floating market. It is a massive riverboat barge. You hear the sounds of the music floating over on the glistening water to you before you even reach it. There's a ramp going up to the boat when it's not in motion. Really, it only like sort of undocks and takes a travel, takes a little trip down the moat for special occasions. Most of the time, it just stays moored here, kind of heavily, like half submerged in the water, as it's far too large a vessel for a body of water this shallow. Um, it's adorned with wildflowers kind of hanging in baskets from these like regularly stationed like sort of lanterns on hooks. And as you approach the ramp going up, you're met by two burly guards that just like membership.
It's me. I don't need a fucking membership.
Ah,
Just tell
are you
gorgeous
on the
Mac.
list?
Church is here. I should be.
Sure. Um, that's not on the list.
Since when is there a fucking list?
There's always been a list.
No, there isn't. Bollocks.
Either you have a card or you're on the list.
He'll like pat his pockets, trying to see if he has anything.
All right. I'll be right back. Left my card.
He's gonna move out of eyesight, and I'm gonna wait for the next person that approaches this doorway and attempt to steal their card.
Yeah. You leave the dragonborn guard you're talking to and kind of make down the way, and there you see a very pompous looking Loxodon with his wife kind of coming up and going, "Oh, I do so fancy a turn at the tables. I made quite rather a good amount of money on that last deal, and it's burning a hole in my pocket. The drinks are on me tonight, Sherry."
Church is gonna like lean. He's leaning one hand against the wall in like this kind of narrow alleyway that they're heading down, pretending he's like just finishing pissing. He's gonna time
Yeah.
it so that he like as he does his flies, he stumbles backwards into this Loxodon.
As you stumble backwards into the Loxodon, the woman shrieks and is like, "Ah! Vagrancy!" And the man is like, "Ah, don't get your minutia on me, man," and like pushes you back.
All right. Yeah, I'll attempt to like search his pockets as he's pushing me back. See if I can
Yeah, give
find
me a
this
sleight of
card.
hand check.
Nat 20, 27.
Ooh.
Woo!
Nice.
You take his fucking identity.
You take his membership card, you take the money that was burning a hole in his pocket, and you take his pocket watch, which
Ooh.
shockingly has the Traders Alliance insignia on it.
Right,
Yo,
sorry about that, fella.
big. Let's go.
You should be sorry. Keep your secretions to a designated area. Who just does that on a wall? Ugh,
Hey, when you've got to go, you've got to go.
He'll throw his hands up and like walk backwards and then just like leave. He'll just go around the corner.
Yeah.
He'll probably wait like 10 minutes or so and then come back with his new card.
Yeah. As you duck around the corner, you hear um, a bit of a row coming from the ramp up ahead. "Wow, I am a frequent flyer. I'm a gold member here. Oh goodness." And you hear the wife dejectedly say, Well, you did say it was burning a hole in your pocket. I told you you can't speak that kind of stuff into existence. Now, my life coach, she tells me you have to envision the positive things in life. If you envision it burning a hole, and it just trails off like that. You
Yeah,
hear
he's
them
leaning on the wall,
continue arguing as
smiling.
they
You can see his gold tooth through his grin as he's like going through the wallet, just out of earshot.
they walk past, too wealthy to really worry about the amount of money they've lost, and you've come into a cool 150 gold.
Man.
Okay, that's I had
Yeah.
14 before this. It's great.
Yeah,
Money bag.
yeah. As you come up the ramp again, once again, you are met by the glowering of the dragonborn you spoke to earlier and their minotaur companion.
Oh my god! He'll like flash it between two fingers.
Takes it like a little bit unsure now.
Yeah, don't you look fucking stupid now, eh?
Yeah,
Of
taunt the guy as
course,
he's verifying your identity.
Rupert Rondell.
Yeah?
Here's your card back.
Mates call me Robbie.
I was gonna say you don't look much like a Rupert to me.
All right? Well, you don't look like anything. A fucking doormat.
Oh my
So open the door.
god.
The Dragonborn cracks his knuckles and is just like, I'll be keeping an eye on you. As he like kind of waves you through. As he does make a dexterity saving throw.
Okay. Uh, 6.
Yeah. As he waves, like kind of gestures for you to go through, very deftly with his tail, being a dragonborn, like trips up one of your legs, causing you to fall flat on your face on the ramp.
Oh no. That's a fight. It's
Have a nice time.
I remember that.
Wags his finger at him and then walks inside.
I hope you do. When you walk inside, you, for such an unwholesome place, the gambling hall is rather well appointed. There are tufted velvet seats sort of surrounding various games, everything from dragon dice to roulette to all types of, different card games as well, poker. Um, there's a uh, there's a sort of like almost bevy of wait staff kind of carrying out um, steaming cocktails of different kinds. And the sound in here is really what is just blaring. There is a band playing, but the shouting and hooting and hollering transcends all of it. Nearby, like just a few tables to the right of you, you see an orc absolutely dripping in silks, just like throwing gold coins around like, "Ah, ha, 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 ha. Big winner, drinks on me." And just like very loud, very large characters. And as you're kind of taking it all in, you're bumped into by a small gnome that's like, "Ew, broke," and like continues walking as she like makes contact with you. "Oh,
I
gross.
fucking hate
Oh,
this place.
oh." Now, having been here before, you know that the lower deck is where Gorgeous Mac does his more black market dealings.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's
And you
heading
know
for the
that the
lower deck.
upper deck is the Gold Members Club.
Although he looks at his membership, but he does have a gold members card. He's like,
Maybe I'll just pop upstairs for just once. Old times.
and he'll go to the upper deck with his shiny gold member card.
Mhm.
I'll just have
As
a butcher's.
yeah. As you go up to the upper deck, um, you are met with a beautiful scene. There's like these misters kind of attached that kind of gently fill the area with like this aromatic cooling mist. It's a little bit quieter up here, and you know that the minimum buy-in for a table is 35 gold. And so here you have more serious endeavors happening. There are a few sort of booths at different parts of the boat deck, and the wind up here feels nice and cool. Even and the sun kind of is like filtered through this beautiful stained glass canopy that is above you. There's a string quartet playing in one corner. The flute kind of like accentuates it, and you notice that actually maybe that this is a famous flautist named Penelope von Garten, who's come here from like very far away. Um, and as you look around, you notice, like I said, that there's tables on the sides where people are like kind of drinking and eating and talking business, and then more serious tables of like gambling happening.
Okay. He would try and get close to the tables talking business, and
Mhm.
then try and do a little bit of lip reading. See if any of it is pertaining to his desired
Ah,
information.
yeah. As you stride over, and attempt to kind of like blend in and read of, what kind of what's happening, we're gonna check back in with Ragnar, Weiss, and Truffle.
Great.
What are y'all up to?
Pretty much. I think Ragnar's just kind of honestly, he's probably gonna be trying to figure a little bit out about Truffle. So he's gonna ask Truffle. So what do you need to know about the fauna in the area?
Wait, the what? What did you say?
The fauna, meaning like the
Oh, you're asking him about like
the
something he would actually
animals.
be
Yeah, I'm,
interested
I'm like,
in?
why do you like why? What do you want to know
Oh,
about that? Because he's
I thought you were
Ragnar's
like telling me
always gonna
about
ask
plants.
questions about things that seem like suspicious.
Yeah.
Mm.
You say, well, there's a fair amount of uh, lizard creatures, and there's also a flying kind of bird talon creature. And there's also a
But
lot of
why?
bugs. Oh, um, I'm a druid. I could turn into them. I figured it would be helpful for reconnaissance.
Oh, so I don't know. I guess are there any traders that like deal with any sort of like animals or plants or anything?
Oh,
Probably.
100%.
Okay.
Yeah.
So then, I mean, I guess. Well, then let's go. Ragnar will suggest to go look for him.
Oh, you want to sell me to a zoo?
No, if that's going to be useful, maybe we could find some for you.
Oh, okay.
So yeah,
Yeah.
we'll go look
Weiss
around
would
for that.
straddle up next to them. No, we would never sell you. Mhm.
Oh, thank you.
It depends on the price.
Heck no. She like tap at his shoulder.
His eyes would go wide, and his kind of smile falls at that, and he takes it seriously. This is a real threat now.
Mhm. As you're joking about selling Truffle, your valet, I should say, for lack of a better word, Vice comes up and is like, I have procured your lodgings, and I've taken the liberty of taking your belongings and putting them at the best inn in town. Mm. Contractually, I think this is a business expense. You should be able to get it covered by this Barnabas.
Agreed.
Um, kind of like taking a note of the total and like, the receipt and folding it carefully into like a little parchment envelope. You know how like when you fold the paper onto itself so that it becomes an envelope, like in that style, and like placing it carefully in his breast pocket. Do you have anything else you would like me to undertake while I am here?
Well, she as they're walking along, uh,
Mhm.
she'll lean down to speak with them. I may require you to make sure that things are well taken care of there at the inn, and you can find perhaps any know-how how we could secure. And she leans in some glass. I would very much like that.
Well, I get Madame what she needs, so I will do this for you.
Oh, thank you so very much.
Do you want me to leave it in your quarters? Yes.
She like pauses. Well, was kind of hoping to buy it myself.
Oh, Madame, you don't need to do this. I will take it upon myself. I will be the one to blame if someone is caught. No, I do not judge, but we cannot have your reputation tarnished as some glasshead. No, no, no.
Of course. Just
Can
kind of
Truffle
pauses and breathing in.
would Truffle be able to overhear any of this, or is this like whispers?
Yeah, you can
I guess
make
Just
a
like
perception
whispers, but
check
you
to
could
try to hear
try.
it. Yeah, yeah.
I think he's wants to make
Oh my
he
god.
doesn't want to get sold to a zoo, so he's trying to prove his
That's
usefulness.
fair. That's
Yeah.
fair.
So I think he would overhear this conversation and he
Mhm.
would like slow down a little bit to kind of join them. And then he would look up at them and say, "Actually, the glass is for me." And then he would look at Weiss and then try to wink, but not really do it right. So just blink slowly with his eyes and like just stare.
Right. Yes, it is. And she'd pat him on the shoulder. This like
Mm.
soft, deft hand.
He's like waiting to see if the lie worked. He doesn't really know what the protocol is with lying, so he's like he doesn't know what's gonna happen next.
Yeah, much like a concierge at a high-end hotel, Philippe is trained to not ask questions or judge and make things happen. So, hearing this, he's like, oh, well, I will, uh, I will ask some of my contacts at the inn, uh, see what I can find out. I am sure amongst our patrons, you, Mr. Fungal, are not the first person to make such a request.
Yes, glass is very pretty.
Ah, I would not know. Just he kind of
S-
like shuffles away, and you get the sense, actually, Weiss, you get the sense that Philippe does not particularly enjoy being around Truffle.
What? Huh.
You like
Unbelievable.
subconsciously, every time he's around Truffle, you just notice he subconsciously starts like dusting himself almost by proxy, especially considering that like Truffle kind of creates little rings of mushrooms wherever he goes. You just kind of notice he's like,
Yeah, he's basically uh from the Peanuts, the dustpan, right? What's what that kid name?
yeah, Pigpen.
Pigpen, yeah, he's Pigpen.
Mhm. Yeah. Every time Truffle is in proximity, he just kinda starts, dusting off his clothing subconsciously.
When he's out of sight, or your uh, Trevor's gonna look up to Weiss and be like, "Why did you want glass again?"
Chug. It's the whole reason we're looking around,
Looking
looking
for
for
glass
people who
blowers.
sell it. No. Oh, my sweet. Oh, Lord. I'm gonna be turned to religion after this. No, Chug. It's a drug. She like
Oh,
whispers to him.
okay. I can get drugs.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Well, that would be mighty fine. Do you have the ability to be discreet?
He thinks really hard. No.
Oh, okay.
I could try.
uh, Ragnar Stephen Weiss, I think you probably should take care of that.
All right.
I see too much risk in this one.
Now, that's not very fair. We don't even know him very well, do we? And she like
Well.
turns to him like he's like a little pet.
No. No, you don't. I'm just here. I'm a little guy. Please don't sell me.
We're not going to sell you.
As you say this, Ragnar, a rather shady looking halfling with like eyebrows that are curled and a mustache that is curled to match, like kind of nudges you and goes, "You selling?
Huh?
Psychedelics go for a lot around here. Mushrooms, we can't grow them. You selling? Selling your
I mean,
little shroom there?
maybe not the little men, but maybe he has something for you.
What kind of mushrooms you got, little man?
uh, all sorts. But what
You
do
got
you
you got
want?
reishi mushrooms, you got healing mushrooms, you got yellow buttons in there, you got butterhorns. What kind of little mushrooms you got, little man?
So he would know all these words. You probably have some of those too. I mean, I don't know. You tell me what.
Yeah.
Is he a drug dealing?
Oh yeah. No, a
I
lot
imagine
of
he's
these
got a
are
little bit of
like,
everything.
yeah, medicinal
Okay.
herbs. Yeah.
Then yeah, he'd have
Used in
some of
like
those.
teas.
He'd be like, "Oh, sure. Take a whiff." And he
Yeah?
takes out his satchel and holds it up.
Oh wow. You just grow these?
Yeah.
You just how many can grow?
How much space do you need?
How much space do you need? Turns back to you, Ragnar. I'll give you 200 for the little guy.
uh, he's not for sale. If you want some of his wares, you can look at them, but not him himself.
I don't know how these are gonna keep without your little magical bag there. Okay. Tell you what. I'll give you 80 for the bag.
No.
Why
It's
not?
my
It's a really good
bag.
deal. You can just
I'll
get
give.
another one.
Yeah, this one has sentimental value. I've been growing this
You
patch
can't eat
since.
sentiment.
I mean, you could try. You're
You
just
can't
gonna pick
sell
one.
sentiment. You can't eat sentiment. You can't sleep on top of sentiment.
Weiss would
Yeah,
step
you
in.
can.
He said it's not for sale. Move along.
Ah. All right. Think
That's
about
good
it.
Hold
of
on.
you.
Ragnar's gonna be like maybe a little sample of some information, and then say, kind of nudge him and maybe like because now Truffle should know what he's dealing with here with seeing as their conversation with Weiss. I was like, and he'll nudge
Oh,
Truffle.
he he'll I guess back to the shady dude, and he's like, "I'll give you a sampler for some glass."
Whoa, 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 whoa,
Oh.
whoa, 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 whoa.
Truffle's like,
I'm licensed. I mean, I don't even, I've glass, never heard of it, never seen it, never been aware of that, haven't experienced that. It's reputable pharmacist. Um,
Ragnar will
Me
get up in
too.
his face, kind of intimidating, like,
although you're small, right? So you're kind of at his like,
well, lower, yeah. Just kind of just holding his hammer a little bit, just kind of, playing with it a little bit, just to show that he's not messing around.
yeah, give me an intimidation check.
Hold please. It's probably not gonna happen.
Ooh.
you drop the hammer on
This
your toe or
I've
something.
been doing so many charisma rolls, it's so bad. I love the constant failure of this.
I
Yeah,
mean, could I
yeah.
try to help with how
So,
angry I was speaking?
Yeah, like the back
with a
to
nat
back.
one, it's hard. Yeah,
Yeah,
I would say this, like, as you get in his face, Ragnar, the halfling is like, "Listen here, officer." He clocks it immediately. I don't know what you've heard. I don't do that. I don't play that. I know this is some kind of sting, and I'm clean. Clean ever since I joined the Traders Alliance. Even on my mushrooms, I test them. I make sure they're safe. Completely above board medicinals. Completely above board, officer. And you notice he's saying
Oh,
like
okay.
officer really loud so that like almost like other people
Oh
are like
no.
kind of turning to look as he's like starting to nervously bow, like, of course, officer. Of course. Of course.
Okay.
Just-
Well, all right. He'll totally be gone, and then just kind of usher everybody away from the area.
yeah. You
Truffle's gonna be
notice
like,
like
well, that didn't
another
work.
man walking by with his hat, like tips his hat and goes, "Sir," like you're getting like sirred now.
Oh God.
Weiss is gonna attempt to detach from the
Yeah,
officer
dude,
group.
Church is gonna come back like, guys, we're in, and we're just like already flagged
Streets are
as
safe.
narc.
I'm gonna go shop for some things we need. And she'll back away. Don't get
Truffle will
sold,
like be
Truffle.
standing. He's like standing in between the both of you, like waiting to see which one's gonna like invite him, and then once it's clear it's not Weiss, he just turns around and stares at Ragnar.
All right, we'll probably I'll just keep looking around for some sort of like animal or insect shopkeep or
Mhm.
something somewhere, and
Yeah.
We are gonna sell Truffle. We're just gonna sell me as an animal.
As you're walking around through the different market stalls, kind of in the opposite direction of Weiss, eventually you do stumble across that part of the market that deals in some of the more lucrative trades in Rabina. You see cages of moths. You see a small pterodactyl in
Ooh.
a sort of like circular cage, and you see a few supposedly trained monitor lizards, kind of like flicking their tongues out through these bamboo cages that you wonder if they could break if they decided to. You see beautiful snakes in jeweled colors, being sold almost as accessories. And now, as you're noticing, like even the proprietor of the shop is wearing one, almost like a scarf. And you see scarabs that are sold for every purpose, from their ability to attack and poison people to their shells, which are oftentimes ground up and used as makeup around these parts. Um, y the buzzing and humming and cawing of the different tropical birds in this area is almost too much for your senses. And truffle, this is probably, like, the most colorful market and bustling market you've ever been in. Um, as you're kind of wandering, through the different stalls, Ragnar, you feel like a little like flick near your ankle and realize like you're standing next to a little cage that has like chameleons in it, and one of them like kind of like reaches out its tongue and like laps at your ankle and then kind of like flicks back. And it's about the size of like a small corgi. So it's like rather large.
Oh, that's so cute.
uh, I don't know. Ragnar's like he's stubborn, so he'll just kind of kick his foot away from it and just keep like kind of usher Truffle a little bit away from it, but he'll kind
This
of look at
place is
Truffle, and be like, "Any of
great.
this useful for you?"
Yeah. I didn't realize so many life was here.
Well,
I love that, so many life.
Any of those cages big enough for you?
Whoa, 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 whoa. Wait.
I'm just joking. Yeah, see if you can find something useful.
I mean, I can transform into most of these things, but I don't know how that's gonna help us find. And he whispers it to the point where you can barely hear him. Class. It's like afraid to say the word now.
Why don't you just say what we're looking for?
Uh, wait, really? You want to just ask them?
No. I was just saying when you're talking to me, don't even mention the word.
Oh, what do I call it?
Just say the thing we're looking for.
Class.
Yes, that's it. Yes, go ahead. Try to find something useful to make this
Okay.
work.
He goes up to I guess one of the animal vendors. He's like, "Where'd you get them?"
Yeah. The vendor is a kenku who's, like, wearing, like, a little bit of a veil over their beak that, like, hangs down and has bells at the bottom, and, they're adorned in, like, those same turquoise and red silks, and, as you ask this question, they kind of, like, clack their beak a little bit and then respond, "Well, I couldn't tell you that and give away my trade secret."
Okay. He goes back to Ragnar. No dice.
And just to clarify, when you ask, like, "Where'd you get them?" Are you asking about, like, the chameleons?
I think he just means in general, like, where are all these creatures from? Um,
Ah, gotcha.
but yeah, I guess he would stick around longer and he would be like, I've never seen such variety. It's it's a lot to manage, I imagine. Good job.
She seems, like, genuinely flattered by your compliment because most people come here and haggle with her about price, don't tell her that she's doing a good job. She, um, takes a moment and then is like, "Why, thank you. Um, I have an interest in the natural world." She, like, takes a wing and kind of, like, gestures it towards the cages. Um,
Would
I believe that symbiosis is the key to the preservation and study of my friends. And then she takes a wing and kind of gently strokes one of the snakes in an enclosure.
he's gonna be like, me too. It actually fits with his beliefs, so he's chill with that. Would Truffle recognize that it's very rare for a Kenku to be able to speak without like mimicking sounds? I don't know if that is
Yeah,
under his experience.
100%. And I think like Truffle would also probably pick up that there is like a wavering in that
Mm, like it takes a lot of
that kind
effort.
of betrays like where she's picked up like bits of speaking from.
Oh, so each of these words is actually mimicked from different conversations still. It's just she's
Yes.
been around long enough that she's got like every
Hmm.
word. Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Um,
Being a trader as well, there's like
yeah,
um a mix of accents and stuff like that, but you also notice she has to like search for the right words.
that's so cool. I love Kenkus. That's great. Um, yeah, I think he would just be like, uh, I, I also facilitate ecosystems, and he's gonna bring out his satchel because he's found a friend and he wants to show them his line of work. It's like, look,
Mhm.
he just shows like all these different mushrooms and bacteria growing within his backpack.
Yeah. Um to your surprise, you notice like her eyes light up a little bit, like the amber of them showing a little bit more than before. And she carefully kind of draws a line on the striations of one of the larger mushrooms and goes, "Oh, I've never seen this coloration. I don't think these are from here."
His eyes will go wide for a second, and he'll kind of like impulsively pull it back, kind of maybe quicker than he should, and go, sorry. Yeah, I'm not from here. Would you like one?"
Oh, she like puts her like hands on her heart a little bit. I would love one.
He'll pick one of his more exotic mushrooms,
Mhm.
maybe like, I don't know, bright colored one, and hand it over and just offer for free.
Yeah. She takes it with like reverence and it says, "This is as beautiful as a flower." And she like places it kind of like she doesn't have ears, but places it like tucked into the side of her veil so it adorns the side of her face.
Yeah,
"Thank you, little one."
yeah. Thank you. And he'll just kind of stand there. He doesn't really know what to do next. Looks back to Ragnar.
uh, uh, I think I don't know. So Ragnar's gonna kind of he's gonna kind of look around. He doesn't know anything about this, but he's trying to just figure out if we can get information through this somehow, and kind
Mhm.
of kind of whisper over to Truffle and be like, "Is there anything that might be kind of useful to observe the area, find out some information about this place?"
Oh, okay. Uh, he's gonna turn back. We're not from here, and where would we go to be from here? Where would we? He's trying to think of how to say this without saying what he's not good at like making stuff up. So
Yeah.
he's like,
Maybe a creature that could help you with that.
uh, do you have a creature that would help us be from here? What does that mean? He looks back to you. I don't know what do you mean by that?
I don't know. Something that could get a lay of the land. You said you can turn into these.
Oh, yeah. I guess I'll tell her that. Turns back.
Oh, you
Mhm.
okay?
So I'm a druid. It says, uh, I can
Figured
turn
he
into
would have an idea of like kind of the subtleties of it, but not like obviously he'll just be so frustrated, just like kind of walk away.
which
Like you're like disappointed in a kid at a little league game, like, "Ah."
you, you like you queued him up and then gave him like he doesn't know what he's doing. He's gonna be like, uh, what which of these creatures is most native to here?
Hmm. Well, I've acquired all of my swarms from the area. What are you looking to do?
Mm, blend in.
Ah.
He says,
Mm,
it's not easy for me to blend in. He means that. It's a little sad.
yeah. She notices and like contemplates for a moment and then says, um, I have found that blending in means accepting uh being mundane, and I feel you are far from mundane.
Aw. This is sweet. He's made a friend now. More than his own party. He might just stay with this person. This is great. Well, I agree, to be honest, and I prefer it that way. But I, I'm here on a job technically, and I'm supposed to blend in. So at least for now,
Ah, your job requires subterfuge.
or at least subtlety. I'm not really good at it, as you could probably tell.
Mm. Ah, well, um, I think I have something that you might be able to have help you on your journey.
Oh, what is it?
And
You'll like whisper.
she like whistles the way only a bird can. And trotting out of the back comes a very small, very fuzzy chameleon uh, that
Fuzzy?
seamlessly, yeah, that seamlessly shifts colors between like earthen to pastel, almost like meld in with the floor. And she picks it up and then, like, kind of almost like holding a cat, uh, extends it towards you.
For me?
Hmm.
He'll hold the little chameleon baby. He'll be like, "What's his name?"
Well, with the puppies, I don't name them. Otherwise, I would get attached.
What's your name?
Ah, my name is Fen X. They call me Fen.
I named this Fen.
Oh. And she like gets like kind of like some color rises in her cheek feathers.
How can I pay for this? Would you like more mushrooms?
Oh, I would love some. Uh, I think your Fen can help you. Uh he's very good at hiding and finding things for your job.
Oh, thank you. Uh, I don't know what to say. Um, uh, you have made a friend in Truffle Fungalhorn from now until the end of time. Thank you a million times over.
So
And
awkward,
he
but
like
so cute.
declares, yeah,
Uh,
it's a bond now. He said it.
Yeah. I take your friendship uh, as payment. Yes. Uh,
Oh my
take
god, my heart.
Yeah.
take good care of the little one. And she like gives it one little last pat on the head.
Thank you, Fed. I will raise it as my own. If you ever
And
need
Ragnar,
me,
mhm.
plant this mushroom, and he'll give her a mushroom. I will feel it
Yeah,
in the soil, and I will come.
she
I don't
takes
know if
it,
that's a thing he can do, but he'll.
yeah, carefully and put it amongst her belongings. And Ragnar, the way this looks to
Mhm.
you is like Truffle has walked away from the pet store with a puppy.
You
Alright,
saw
he'll
him
see that
hand two
he's
mushrooms and then get a puppy.
okay, so he'll see that and kinda come back and be like, "Are you done here?" And
This is
this
Fen. He's gonna hold Fen up like to Ragnar.
okay, uh, and how is it useful?
Um, Apparently Fen's very good at blending in and finding things, and he's very
Oh,
cute.
Yeah, Truffle, give me a nature check or animal handling.
Okay. Uh, Oh no.
Ugh.
Yeah, you're having a hard time like juggling it in your hands because it has like that puppy energy.
Yeah.
And it's with its long tongue is like grabbing mushrooms from your bag and like kind of pulling them into its mouth. And
Uh-oh.
as it's devouring a great deal of them, you do notice that it is almost like a bloodhound, like attuned to certain smells. And so it just like kind of is able to, as you're like holding it with one arm, it just like slips under the other arm, like grabbing 3 more mushrooms and then grabbing another 4. And some of your most priceless heirloom mushrooms are being devoured with great haste.
Oh, no.
He's just going like, ah, he's a squirmy little guy. He's like trying to get him. Um, yeah. Sorry, I'm still trying to get familiar. There's a whole period of with a new animal, getting attuned to each other. It's the thing. Uh, anyway, what are we doing?
Sh should we have some sort of, container for him?
Container. Well, mm, maybe. Uh,
Yeah. So, I guess he'll look around for, like, a small cage just to be able to carry him around in or something so he stops getting, out of control.
Yeah. You see like a discarded basket nearby that at one point probably contained onions or some such.
Okay, I guess I'll just pick that up and kinda walk out with it.
It does have a lid, it's like a little
Oh.
wicker lid, but yeah.
Oh, nice. Even better, yeah. I'm gonna hand it over to Truffle and "Use this."
okay, okay, and he'll scoop Fen into the the onion basket and under the lid just be like, it's only temporary until we can practice more, okay? And then he'll like grab some of the more edible mushrooms he's got and sprinkle them in there. So he's got like a little. By the way, is this chameleon a male or a female? I just assumed. So
I don't think Fen ever checked.
You don't
okay.
know.
Yeah,
Well, I
you
don't think
don't
he knows
know.
either. So he's just gonna call a little guy from now.
Yeah. Um, as you like put the lid on the wicker, you feel it like thump, thump every once in a while as like the small chameleon is like bumping against whatever's holding the lid down, like kind of impatiently.
Yeah, Truffle will like poke his big nose in there once in a while to like reassure the little guy that they're not in a void. Um, but otherwise, we'll just follow Ragnar and try to keep it keep his excitement contained.
Mhm.
Uh,
As you make your way, oh, yes, go ahead.
no, I was gonna say, go ahead, that's fine. I was gonna say we're gonna go look for Weiss at this point to see what she's doing.
Yeah, for sure. As you make your way through the market looking for Weiss, that'll be where we take our first break. And we'll also check back in with church and see how the excursions aboard the riverboat are going. Thank you so much for joining us for Last Call for Adventure. We'll be right back. Stretch your legs and get some water. I know I'm going to.
Good stuff.
And we are back. Church, give me a deception check as you try to sidle up to this group of business people conducting business things in a business-like fashion.
All right, fine. Wait, well, a deception check?
Mhm.
I'm just gonna eavesdrop and eat canapes, or are they aware of that I'm eavesdropping?
Yeah, yeah. The eavesdropping part's gonna be easy.
Mm-hmm.
It's more so the eating canapes and looking like you belong while
Oh yeah, no,
being
yeah,
dressed
that's a good point.
fairly. Yeah.
I am dressed like shit. All right, deception. Yeah, 8.
8. Um. Yeah. As you're as you're eating your canapes, um, you catch a snippet of the conversation
Okay.
before one of them notices you. Um, the piece you catch is, um, well, I could get you maybe 3 units and then you see her. Uh, her eyes heavily eyelinered, um, her face kind of, like, sternly pulled into what looks to be a disdainful, kind of mocking smile, and her hair falls in, like, a single silky sheet over her shoulders with her bangs, like, just as blunt, hanging down low in the front, kind of grazing just, like, the top of her eyelashes. Um, she looks over at you and you notice that, the gentleman was, like, talking to her, and, she just says, "Yes, just a moment, Frederick. Can I help you?"
Uh, at realizing this isn't gonna work, he'll walk over to the table,
Mhm.
uh, pick up her drink, sniff it, finish it, place it back down, and then leave to go to the lower area.
Yeah, she's almost, like, intrigued, and as you're, like, walking away, she's like, "A moment."
He'll turn back around. Yep.
Her eyes, like, kind of linger over you, like, in an uncomfortable fashion. You look like the type of person who's up for, anything.
I don't like that word,
Just being
but go on.
honest. Are you looking to make some money?
I'm actually looking for a glass dealer, but sure, money's fine. What do you want?
Ah. Are you the glass head or do you work for one?
Neither.
Then why are you looking for glass?
Why is it any of your fucking business?
Good answer. Sit down.
He'll walk over and grab the collar of the man sat there and be like, "Fuck off for a minute."
Yeah. Uh, he does. And, as you sit down, uh, you notice as, like, the woman, like, snaps her fingers for another, uh another drink that she's, like, heavily tattooed from, like, fingernail to elbow. And Give me a history check to see
Right.
if you can glean anything from the tattoos.
History. Oop. Dude, we're rolling so good today. 8.
8. Yeah, you don't know exactly who she works for, but you know that those type of intricate and elaborate tattoos usually mean that you're part of one of the underworld clans.
Okay.
So, how much glass do you need?
I don't need glass. I need a
How
glass
much
dealer.
glass do you want?
I don't want glass. I want a glass dealer.
Ah, got it. She looks like a little disappointed at this. Are you a cowboy?
The fucking what?
A cowboy. Is this going to be one of those things where, oh, my brother, died using glass, and now I'm going to take down all the glass dealers in Rabina because it's tired?
He'll lean forward and put his fingers together.
Here's what I want. I want to find a glass dealer, and then I want to torture him until he gives me a bigger glass dealer. And then I want to torture that guy until I get a bigger glass dealer. And eventually I find the white fucking whale. Now, what I need with the white whale is none of your business. I just need to find the white whale. You going to help me find my white whale?
This proverbial white whale of yours. I'm not exactly fond of them. So, what you do with the white whale is of no particular concern to me.
Mm-hmm.
What happens to the glass is. Am I being clear enough for you?
Sure, it's all yours.
Okay. I think we can do business then. This white whale is difficult to get to.
Mm-hmm.
Very well placed.
Mm-hmm.
Lots of protection.
Mm-hmm.
They operate out of a hub south of town. I'm assuming you know the area.
I think so.
This white whale sells to my dealers at a rather large markup. So if that middleman were to be cut out, it would be lucrative for me. And if you do this without charging me a dime, it would be even more lucrative. And if you're caught and tortured, well, I don't think you have any ties to me. So this is a win-win-win for me, which makes me question what prevents you from coming after me after our deal is done.
I don't even know who you are. No offense.
Wow, you are a tourist. But that works in my favor. Okay, we can deal.
All right.
I'll give you the location by a carrier bird tonight. You get me the glass.
Where do you want me to bring it?
That'll be in the missive I send you.
Perfect.
All right, then. I look forward to your hopeful success.
It's a done deal, love.
He'll
Make
get up.
a I was gonna
Yeah.
say, make an intimidation check to see if, like, she buys it.
Why wouldn't she buy it? How dare you? Intimidation? Another 8. That's I think my
How
dice are
have
broken, guys.
you
Just keep rolling
rolled?
an 8.
Mhm. As you say this, uh, you see her, like, kinda, like, chuckle to herself a little bit.
What's so funny?
D How big do you think the glass trade is?
Who cares? Big.
It's massive, darling, and when anything is that massive, there's usually a lot of parties interested in making sure that trade continues going on without a hitch. What are you
Look,
hoping to accomplish?
I have a job to do.
To take
That's
out
it.
the white whale, and you were foolish enough to accept payment for this?
Is payment my head on a chopping block? Sure. Do I have a choice? Not really.
So I'm guessing it is a dead family member that has inspired you to take on this
No.
foolhardy task.
I work for the white whale's brother.
Oh.
You get it now?
Oh. That's spicy. But that means if
Judge is
you
sniffing the drink of the man he vacated from the booth and drinking that as well.
I see. Well, then, I'll leave you to it. Uh, do don't you think your employer would be rather cross with you for murdering their sister?
He'll bottom out the drink, put it down. He goes, "Fuck him," and then he gets up and just walks out the room.
Yeah. She just kind of, like as you leave, you kinda, like, hear her musical laugh as she, like, clacks her nails on the table and, like, lights a hand-rolled cigarette, like, rather amused by the entire interaction. And, as you begin to descend the steps, you're met with a very, very familiar face. A burly half-orc with a brocade vest that barely contains him, the tusks filed down to try to create some semblance of anything other than a jutting underbite. His hair kind of, like, lacquered back into a, half up, half down bun, and you recognize this as gorgeous Mac. "Oi, Church, I've done told you can't be making trouble in my bar.
Why the fuck wasn't I on the list? Hey?
You know why you're not on the list.
I had to mug
You
off a
know
loxodon.
Let me see your card. Uji mug. Let me
He'll
see
pull
let
it
me
out
see
and
your card.
he'll hand it to him.
I know. Some schmuck.
It's gonna be a problem for me.
Sort that fucking doorman out, or I'm gonna take care of him for myself. You won't be up for work tomorrow.
Good security's hard to find. You better leave my doorman alone. Let me guess, you
Listen,
cheating again at the tables, I'm
I'm not
assuming.
cheating. I'm not here to cause no trouble. All right. I was on
No?
the top floor, not the bottom one.
I told you, you don't go to the top floor. You're a bottom floor sort of chap.
Well, the card was gold, so I thought, why not, eh? The drinks are shit up there anyway.
We make 'em weak. You know, we water 'em down.
I can tell.
Why are you here?
Working.
Oh, I told you. Can't work in my establishment.
I'm not working here. I'm leaving.
Then what? You just said you're working here.
I'm working in the area. I'm not working here, mate.
Somebody
wouldn't
dead up
work
there.
On your
If
doorstep. I wouldn't say-
somebody is dead up there, Church, I swear to fucking God.
And on art, mate. No one's dead up there. I wouldn't do that to you.
You've done it before. And you see his like jowls
You're like-
quaking.
You're like rub his bald head.
I wouldn't do it to you again. One and done. 2, 3 and done.
Get the fuck out of here.
All right. I'm fucking going.
He goes to take the card back. See what
Gorgeous Mac
does.
actually gives it back to you. Yeah. He hands it back and like kind of
I'll hold on to
fondly
this, will I? Seeing as I'm not in the fucking list anymore.
he laughs like a big laugh. And like kind of like fondly rubs the top of your big bald head.
Fuck off, you mug.
Come on, then have a shot with me.
Now?
Oh, are you busy?
Nope. For you, Mac, I am never busy. Let's have a shot.
Come on down then. And you know the best bar in the joint is on the lower deck.
Mhm. He will follow him to the lower deck, the familiar lower deck.
Down here, there are several people that know you. You get, hey, this guy right here. As well as like, you know, a very drunk Tifa. And it's like, oh, Churchy, hi. As you come down into what is probably the dregs of society that hang out on the lower decks.
Mm-hmm.
Mac goes and takes a very dusty, sacred bottle of his favorite mead from the top shelf, blows it, presents the label to you for inspection, and pours 2 double shots.
That's a double.
You wussing out on me?
I'm not wussing on you, but you're twice my fucking size. Fuck it.
Since
fine.
when is Church a single man?
I'm working.
Since when does Church work sober? Going soft. Rumors have
No.
spread like that.
From who? Bollocks.
From me!
From you.
You like laugh.
Maybe I should give you another body. That's what you think of me. Cheers.
Good. Cheers. He
Kicks
clinks
back.
his glass with your. He throws it back. It burns on the way down, but has a very pleasant honey-like aftertaste.
That thing almost put hairs on my head.
It'll be a cold day in hell before anything grows up there. and he like fondly kind of pats the top of your head again.
You stop rubbing my fucking head. I'm not a gin lady.
No, you ain't, but you make my wishes come true, Peach.
All right. I'm off. Otherwise, I'll be here all night.
As you go up the stairs, you start to see double,
Oh.
and
He's
your
well
feet
aware of what would
start to
happen.
feel heavy.
Okay.
And you recall this is the only drink this night that you haven't sniffed.
Mm-hmm.
And as you reach the top of the stairs to the main deck, the last thing you hear is your own head hollowly thudding against the very edge of the top stair.
He'd be like, "You're fucking jerk," and then just boom.
Meanwhile, Weiss, what are we up to?
Approaching the same building that church is in. Only this time, before she gets there,
Mhm,
uh, she'll attempt to find a rather hidden alley or some kind of something secluded,
mhm.
and will begin a transformation of sorts.
Yeah. What do you transform into?
So as she finds herself hidden uh in this alleyway, there's like a snap of like bone and twist as like the fur that surrounds her body starts to fold downward into this tan skin, uh and a bit of it lasting on her face as it roils and turns and curls into that of a beard, and she will shift into a familiar face of a human who had recently departed the company by escort of church. uh
Ah, okay.
Quite the swarthy look to him. And he will try to find a way into the building that church had told him to go to.
Yeah. There's the main ramp. Give me a perception check to see what else you spot. 14. You also see that there is a ladder around the back of the riverboat just in case someone falls overboard. And then you notice a very thin metal wire that kind of is extra securing for the boat that goes from the very top of one of the masts to a building nearby.
Sorry, what? I think
Yeah,
I
so there's like
imagined differently.
Yeah, there's, like, a few different ways that the riverboat is, like, anchored to this jetty. There's a sort of, like, folded down ramp, which is what Church approached through. Then around the
Okay.
back, like, kind of on the side of the boat near where, like, this massive rudder, there is a ladder that goes down into the water, into the moat, and it's, like, just in case someone falls overboard. And then there is, almost like silk thin sort of securing anchor that goes from one of the beams, like the top beams of the boat to like a roof nearby.
Oh God. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
she'd probably
it's
make
like
her
it
way
serves as like
down.
an additional like sort of like anchoring because this boat very rarely actually like leaves the jetty.
Yeah. Knowing her own physical prowess well, Weiss will not be taking the acrobatic route, and
Mhm, fair.
instead will try to approach through the like laddered entrance down below.
This would involve getting into the water. Is that okay?
Oh yeah, the current way she looks seems like a man who would have no issue trudging around in water.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Definitely not the pressed fabrics of a long flowing dress and perfectly manicured fur that she had
Mhm.
looked like before.
Yeah. Getting into the water itself isn't difficult. You could walk like a few like, blocks up, kind of slip into this like man-made canal, swim to the boat and then go up the ladder. Give me a stealth check to see how
Oh
quietly you can do it.
boy. Oh boy.
Ooh.
15. Yeah. You quietly cut through the water, kind of like with this new humanoid form that you're in, and you're able to quietly move up the side of the boat. The ladder groans and creaks a little bit, says it's made from like rusty metal, and your breath catches in your mouth for half a moment. But as you turn around and look, the two guards on the ramp have not noticed.
Good.
As you reach As you reach the top of the ladder, however, you notice there are waitstaff on the top deck. And with you being sopping wet as you are, they're sure to notice you.
Hmm. All right. Um. Hmm. Could I use Presty to dry myself?
Yeah, you could. Um and that would definitely help any type of blending in you were going to do. But it would be rather difficult to, like, magically appear on the top deck without nobody, like, noticing you walk up, so that would be it would help, but you would need to probably employ some other type of subterfuge to, like, explain why you're climbing in over the side of the deck.
Yeah. I think Weiss would get just this notion in her head, having been in similar situations before when accompanying church, uh,
Mhm.
would probably try to get the attention of the waitstaff readily near the entrance, but
Mhm.
away from where she's trying to crawl in by uh creating a sound of clattering down the hall.
Yeah. Go ahead and give me a deception check with advantage since you're creating, like, this diversion for yourself.
Thank God.
Oh.
Pretty good, yeah. You create this sound of shattering glass, and instinctively, all of the heads on the top deck turn to look at who the hot mess is who's drank way too much tonight, who's making a fool of themselves over there. And it gives you just a moment to leap over the side of the deck and onto the high roller deck. I should say over the side of the boat onto the high roller deck where church was just moments earlier.
Oh God. Oh
Sure enough, a
boy.
waiter comes by seeing that, like, not sure where the noise came from as everyone instinctively looks, sees nothing, and then goes back to their business. Sure enough, you see, a waiter offer you canapes as they continue walking by.
Yeah, he would nod his head and take it and just kind of wave them off
Mhm.
and set about uh trying to find her companion.
Yeah. You set about looking for Church. You definitely know he came to Gorgeous Max because he told you that. And a quick scan of the top deck tells you he's not there. Meanwhile, in the market, Ragnar Truffle, you're making your way through the crowded, busy stalls. When you feel a pat on your shoulder, Ragnar.
Uh, I guess I'll look over his shoulder back at who that was.
Yeah. You see a very finely dressed human in the same turquoise and red, but with a high collar suit that kind of comes down into like billowing pantaloons. Um, he has like he has several piercings, like his ears are laden on both sides with gold and rubies. And he as he like pats you on the shoulder and you look around, he hands you his card and says sort of like very silkily to you, um, "Sir, I was made aware that you're conducting a sting operation, and I would like to let you know that the Trade Alliance is more than willing to cooperate in any way, shape, or form with any sort of investigation that your organization may have here. It is with warmest and sincerest regards that I would like to invite you to the Trade Alliance headquarters where we could speak further about this matter."
Um, I guess he'll kind of nod in agreement and um, kind of ask when he's expecting. So, when would you be expecting me there?
"Oh, I'd love to have you for dinner tonight if you were so willing."
Well, I'll need to track down my companions before I do this.
"Tomorrow morning, then."
All right, it's a deal.
"Perfect.
See you then.
We would love to take a look at any credentials you have, and then we're very forthcoming with our ledgers. We'd love to assist in your investigation in any way we can."
That would prove very useful. We could use your help.
"Very well, sir. I'll expect you tomorrow then."
All right, very well. And I'll kind of usher Truffle a bit more to just
Yeah.
kind of make sure he doesn't wander off anywhere.
Once uh, that Trade Alliance guy's out of sight, Truffle would look to Ragnar and go, "Are we detectives now?"
Well, that's kind of the idea. We're looking for someone.
"Hmm. Are you a detective?"
Um, Somewhat. And
Oh,
seeing as he's from the City Watch, he likes to. I have a bit of experience in this.
you have a badge?
I used to.
Hmm. I don't have a badge.
No, no, you don't.
Hmm.
uh,
What do we do now?
well, we keep an eye out for Wise, and possibly head over to where Church was going. We'll kind of
Hmm.
just we'll kind of make our way out of the market towards Church.
Mhm. As you're making your way out of the market, you come face to face with Weiss's valet, Philippe,
Oh,
who kind of looks surprised to see you all without Weiss and is like, "Oh, Mr. Steelbrow, looking for Weiss? Have you seen her? And for you, little fungal I have acquired what you asked."
we were hoping you would be able to tell us.
"Oh, I have no idea. But I talked to the wait staff at the inn. They had a lead for me. Here you go." And Truffle, he hands you like a small, almost made out of like thin gauze, bright red satchel with like a sort of tie on the top.
Uh, Truffle will peek inside. He doesn't really know what this stuff is, but he figures he'll take a look.
As you peek inside, you see a like three almost splinters of crystal. And as the bag opens and the slightest whiff comes out, you hear Fen start to go, whoa, 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 tongue lolling wildly.
Yeah, he'll
Whoa,
shut it.
whoa, 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 whoa,
It's okay.
whoa, whoa,
It's
whoa, whoa.
okay. It's okay. It's okay. He goes to Ragnar and he's like, I think this is, and he whispers, glass.
Ragnar will probably take it and uh keep it away from Truffle because this, it's the his pet's probably a liability if you keep it near him. Well, thank you, and I'm sure we can make use of this in some way. Uh,
Do
so
you see
where's the
why?
last? Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, he'll ask Philippe.
Hmm. Last time I saw her, it was just outside the window of the inn. She was headed towards the direction that the bald-headed member of your party went, but I don't know exactly. She sometimes does not keep me abreast of things.
He he asks Philippe, are you a detective too?
Oh, oh, me?
Yeah.
What do you mean, too? Who else is a detective?
He'll look at Ragnar.
Ragnar will be like just rubbing his face, just out of disgust at this point, just so frustrated with this little mushroom man. Ragnar's like,
Oh,
it's not a good question to ask people.
Oh, sorry. Okay. No glass, no detective. What else should I not say?
Subtlety is important around here.
Right. And he's going to try to wink at you and just blinks twice.
Just shake his head
Philippe.
and yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, Philippe is like also kind of like just confused. Um, yes, I think that when one is undertaking an endeavor such as the one our party is undertaking, one should try to obfuscate their true motive. For example, when I looked for this substance you requested, I did not simply go to the waitstaff and say, "Excuse me, sir, can I have some drugs? Can I have some glass?" No, no, no. You learn the lingo, right, Mr. Fungalorn? You say, "Oh, I am a wee bit stressed. Do you know where I could find a book?" And
I
then
am
they understand, but you are not directly saying the thing, you know.
I am a wee bit stressed. You know where I could find a poke?
Oh, this is very bad. This is not good at all.
Hmm. Okay. How about
Sometimes people say, "Oh, you look like you need to purchase some spectacles. You know,
spectacles?
things with glass. Like you don't say that
Window.
directly. Yes, you're looking for a window salesman.
Ah, I get you.
You have to hide what you are trying to purchase. Otherwise, if you say this to the wrong person, they have all the evidence they need, and you will be back in that little horrible, horrible town defending
Shit
yourself.
town.
Uh, oui, oui. But if you were to inquire about a window and you say this to the wrong person, you can always claim you were just looking for a window. Mm?
Hmm. I understand. Let's look through the looking window for church. Huh? Maybe he's found a window or some stained glass.
Philippe nods and is like, very good.
Right, I'll just be like, don't encourage him. uh, so getting on track, uh, Truffle, you need to be careful. We now have something very illegal with us.
Not Fen.
It could be useful with Fen.
Okay.
Talk about it some more.
He'll lead the way. He's gonna
s-
clutch Fen closely.
I guess he'll nod to Philippe and kind of say, we'll head over towards the last direction. And I guess they'll make their way towards it, but while they're on the walk over,
Mhm.
Ragnar will look to Truffle and think, just think because he's City Watch, he's thinking K9 at this point. Be like, do you think your new little friend could track this down in some way with the scent of what we have?
Yeah, I just got him. So I don't
figured you
know.
might have some sort of connection with this.
Sure, I mean, let me see. Can I try another animal handling check to see if we're like
Yeah.
what level of direction he's currently able to take? I mean, I think I
Mhm.
can like talk to animals and stuff theoretically with magic, but I don't know if I have that spell prepared today. Let's see. Animal.
18. Yeah, as you wave the crystals in front of Ben's face, uh, they stop barking. And instead, like, the eyes go wide, which they're like fuzzy chameleon eyes. So they're pretty like big and pointed and start bobbling in like different directions. And then you see all of the hair on his body kind of like go on edge as he begins to like use his tongue to like lop on the cobblestones and like kind of look around.
I'm not getting him high, am I? Like the intent is not to like give him enough.
Is there's a little bit of a high, but he
Oh
hasn't
boy.
consumed any, and it's
Okay,
more of
okay.
like yeah, he's locked on at the scent. And the tongue
Oh,
begins, like I said, lolling over the cobblestones as he like is picking up other traces and begins to jet off down the road.
all right. Truffle will be like, he's onto something. Quick, after him.
It
I guess they'll
occurs
have to.
to you half a second after he begins to dodge between people's legs, occasionally melding into the color of the stone and occasionally popping out in a bright color a few meters ahead, that it might have been wise to leash your pet
Fuck.
in this public space
Yes, true.
as
Now I
he
do.
eagerly huh?
How far ahead does he like? Can we keep pace with him, or is he like faster than us?
Yeah, give me a acrobatics check, both of you, to see like how good you are at navigating this crowd to like keep up with him.
Oh my god, my rolls today.
2 nat ones. 20. Yeah. Ragnar, as you were trying to like push your way like through the crowd, you have people like almost push you back. Like, like, "Hey, what's the big deal, buddy?" Like, kind of pushing you back, and you get caught up like this as you see Truffle, which people kinda just think is like a little kid, kind of duck past incredibly deftly, kind of moving in the same path that Fen did in between people's legs with like a surprising dexterity, sliding in between like a large camel nearby that's carrying a cart behind it, tumbling underneath carefully. And you are able to actually be just a couple of feet right behind Fen, who is still tearing ass forward with ludicrous speed.
Great. Yeah, I stay on him. I guess
Uh,
leaving Ragnar
As
behind. Like, what's he gonna do?
is there anything like I could like climb over to get around all these people?
Um, definitely. There is like almost a canopy of market stalls, like that like form above your heads as it's the only thing that keeps the oppressive heat off your shoulders. You could try to climb onto one of these shop awnings or something like that. Some of them are wood, some of them are cloth. It just kind of depends on the shop.
Okay. Um, yeah, I think Ragnar's gonna try to get like above everything if he can, just climb over it to try to close some distance.
Yeah, give me an athletics check.
Oh, there we go.
Nat 20. Yeah. Seeing that, like, it's sort of disentangling yourself from, like, this little scuffle after having slammed into someone, you're able to deftly climb one of the shops that sells, frozen ice in different flavors, and as you reach the top of it, you are able to clearly see truffle in the distance, as well as fen, and as you're, watching this, you actually catch something else at the exact same time. Just a few meters, like I said, it's at the edge of the floating market, and you're in, like, sort of the marketplace with the floating market alongside you. You see, the massive riverboat, not too far ahead, and you see a small figure climbing up the side of it.
Oh. Um,
Which you recognize as an ex-company employee with the nat 20.
okay, I'll take it.
Someone that church made disappear.
Oh, interesting. Okay, okay. Well, then well,
No
I guess
chickens.
we're gonna try to head that way and hopefully catch up to Truffle before it gets too close, so we can be careful.
Does he see like a little mushroom cap like running
Bobbling.
by the yeah
Mhm.
through the crowd? That's great.
Like a Guy Ritchie movie, everything starts to converge at precisely
Oh,
the same moment, and that'll
how
actually be
convenient.
where we call it
Ooh,
for tonight's
Yay.
session. Thank you so much for coming and
nice.
playing D&D with me. This was an absolute blast. Let's do some sign-offs. This time we're gonna go the opposite direction. So take it away, Strippin. Who are you? What are you up to this
Uh,
week?
I'm stripping this week. I'm playing Final Fantasy 16. That's it. That's my only plan.
Fair enough, Tim.
I'm done. I'm done.
Yeah, I'm Timac. I pretty much play GTA roleplay. My cop has been throwing really hard right now, so we'll see where he goes. Another roleplay experience. But yeah, that's what I do most of the time in evenings.
Fantastic. Momo.
Yeah. I um I just kind of do anything that comes to mind. I will also be playing Final Fantasy and enjoying that a great deal. I'm sorry. Thanks for watching.
You're so I love you, Momo.
I'm sorry.
No, I love you. I always you're full of
Never
so much
change.
unbridled joy. Yeah, don't ever change. Don't ever change. I would be so sad. Kraken?
Hi, I'm Kraken. Yeah, after this, actually, within like an hour, I'm about to play Dark Pictures anthology Devil and Me with my good friend Tomato, which I have
Wait, have
not
you
Yay!
not
played
done
yet.
Devil and Me yet?
Nope, nope, we've been waiting. It's
Oh
been like
God, enjoy that. Enjoy
Oh,
that. There's
those games are so fun.
yeah, so the way we play them, people are they hate it. Basically, whenever there's a dialogue option, we just don't respond for the most part. So we just have
you let
awkward
the timer
stares
run
between
out.
all characters.
Yeah.
Yeah, we let the timer run out, and then sometimes the character's like, all right, guess we'll go left." Like, just like we're just not making a decision, and it's yeah, it drives everyone insane. So we'll be doing that if anyone's looking to
Oh my
yell at their screen in like an
It's
hour or
very
so.
good. It's very fun.
That's amazing. I guess that leaves me. Hi, I'm that Browns girl. I'm back to streaming this week. I had to take Monday and Tuesday off because I'm also a writer and I have writing deadlines. But it's nice to get back into gaming this week. Yeah, you can come check out my stream tomorrow. It's my birthday. I know, crazy. And
Happy
I totally
birthday!
thank you. Thank you. It
Yay!
Happy
like snuck up
birthday.
on me this year. It's this what is 2023? It's crazy. But yeah, I play video games. I take I take the best moments of them and I also put them on YouTube and all that stuff. So that's what I'm up to this week. And yeah, that's me. When I play Dark Pictures Anthology, I also play with a friend, and what's funny is, she likes to kill all the annoying characters,
Yep.
and I have to save everybody. So we usually do 2 playthroughs at minimum where we
Yeah.
save everyone, and, she kills everyone that she hates, and then that's the
That's
yeah.
that's great. There was actually a show format that I think we did for the first game when it first came out. Like, was it Until Dawn? I forget what the original title was,
Yeah,
but
yeah, yeah. Mhm.
where we did like a roulette, and whichever character, basically each character, you do roulette to see if they should live or die by the end, and then it was your job as like the director to try to do that to the best of your ability, like keep the ones that should live but kill the ones that should die. It's a really
Oh,
interesting way to play the game because it
man.
like totally changes the way that you see every decision. You're just constantly screwing up like over a specific character or letting them live.
I
But
know.
yeah,
I feel
they're a
like
fun
it
series.
also takes, like, a certain level of, like, expertise too because there's times where, like, you think there's, like, a right decision, and it's like,
Yeah.
"Oh, no, that was wrong, and this person dies now." So, yeah, amazing. I'm definitely gonna keep an eye out for your Dark Pictures
I've
Anthology
never
playthrough. That
played that
sounds so
game.
much fun.
Oh,
You
they're
gotta
fun.
play
You'd like
it!
it. Yeah.
You gotta play it! Are you good with QTEs?
I,
That's the beauty,
I
though. It
like.
doesn't matter if you're good or bad with QTEs because there's
I
an
think
outcome for
I'm
Well,
both.
pretty good with cuties.
That's true.
They come around often. What?
That's true. It's entertaining either way, but I feel like if you're, like, one of those people that has, like, a phobia of quick time events, then it's, like,
Oh yeah.
traumatizing to play that game.
Oh, quick time events. Yeah.
Wait, did you think we said cuties?
Cuties. Yeah.
Do you
No.
Weird
have do you
cuties.
do you have cuties come around often? And you were like, yeah, I see cuties now and then. Like, what?
JP, take us out. Stay tuned for the
Pull the plug. Pull the
Patreon.
plug.
So stay tuned for the Patreon post show so we can discuss more about how many cuties come around Momo's stream. Have a good one. We'll see you next time on Last Call for